Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. I'm Kenny Fogle. Glad you could join us tonight. And you ever have a backyard barbecue and it somewhat goes viral? Well, that's sort of what happened here. About 23 years ago, Bill Shekels here started a little barbecue in his, well, it wasn't really your backyard, but it was pretty much. It started out pretty much in the backyard, and now you blossomed into I'm going to say an international festival. So, Bill, tell us a little bit about Buttermilk Days.
Well, the Buttermilk Days Festival, Kenny, like you said, it started out as a little neighborhood backyard barbecue with some of the local people that used to live in the old Buttermilk neighborhood in Bardstown, and we had such a good time that first year we did it. We decided we'd get together at least once a year, and take time out of our busy schedules and just have a good that's kind of what happened. Each year it got bigger and bigger, and then it just got completely out of hand. It got to the point where we had a big breakfast, and then that big afternoon meal when people would start bringing their the different groups and organizations would bring their special dishes, side dishes, and we'd provide all the meat and everything, and this more and more people came, and people started having their family reunions around that weekend, and then it got bigger and bigger, and to the point that what turned out to be a couple hundred people now is about 2,500 to 3,000 people.
And it's more than one day now, too.
It's more than one day. Different events have grown up around it. Of course, we never sold alcohol or anything like that, but everybody would bring their own bottles and things like that, and a lot of people would bring their homemade wines and things we got. So to the point that it got so big that we started having a homemade wine tasting contest. And we used to have a little wild meat cookout before the actual weekend got together. And so more and more people brought things in. So we just tied it all together. And now our Thursday night homemade wine tasting and wild meat contest is one of the bigger events we have. So that's been great. And
when you say wild meat, it really is wild meat, because I've seen some interesting offers. There was
a lot of people in this area, they hunt and they fish, and they grew up eating squirrels and rabbits and deer and turkeys and pheasants, quail. So we've got some pretty good guys that cook pretty good, and they can dress it all up. They don't have any wild meat taste on it, and of course it's turned out to be a pretty good deal.
The turtle runs out pretty fast.
Well, that does, but we got plenty of turtle this year.
Well, good.
So I don't think it'll run out this year, but it's a fun event, and then a lot of people enter their homemade wine in this contest, and they get the bragging rights for a year. So and this year we're even going to have a little cash prize along with it too. It's gotten to be pretty popular. So.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, the reason I say international, and I'm not sure about anybody coming in from Europe or Asia, but I know I was there last year and ran into people from Nebraska, and I believe it was Wyoming, Colorado, somewhere in that area. They had come in and they made a trip to here.
Well, there's a lot of people that it's like a big homecoming. It's probably Bardstown's only real event that's like a big homecoming.
Yeah. And
a lot of people that have ties to Bardstown or relatives and friends and families, they try to make it back. They could spend like a 3-day weekend and see a lot of people that they haven't seen in years, and a lot of the different family members that they've acquired since the last time they were in town. But also it's amazing how many tourists participate in this thing. Bardstown, they're always attracting people that come from all over, and this is another little thing that we have that attracts them too. We've had people from England, France, one guy from Hungary that came out that one year we had, but they all come. They stop at the tourism center and want to know what's going on this weekend, whatever. They're in town. People have friends and families they hear that had connections with a lot of the people that they knew up in the Buttermilk area, so they'll come out and it's just one big good food, good fun, good fellowship. It's just a good time.
Well, I know you got a nice poster here for the 22nd annual Buttermilk Days Festival in historic downtown Bardstown. Well, actually, it's not in downtown, but it's right. I mean, right down the street from downtown. You can't get
4 blocks south.
4 blocks south of Bardstown, so you can't miss it. And again, I know that you on Thursday nights you got the wine, you've got the wild critters, and then Friday night the music's that night, isn't it?
Well, we have music. We have a little kid street dance. That's always been a little popular thing. We have our little bouncy time things, and we used to have a little. We used to be out all night cooking for the Saturday morning breakfast. So while we were out all night, we thought we'd have something for the kids, and we had a little weenie roast and marshmallow roast, and then that turned into more and more kids. So we just started having a little music for them. So they have a little street dance for them. That's a lot of fun. And then Saturday morning.
That's the breakfast.
Oh yeah, everybody likes to come out on Saturday morning and we have that. It's a famous buttermilk breakfast now, and we'll have 600 or 700 people there probably in the mornings. And
I haven't missed too many of the breakfasts, and I'll tell you they're one of the best breakfasts.
Yeah, and it's a good camaraderie there. People make it an annual event, and they come there now, and then. What happened, we used to have the big afternoon food feed. We said it started around 4 o'clock, but it got so big that we couldn't do it ourselves. So we started inviting vendors and stuff on the midway, and to fill in that gap, we started to have a street contest. And we've been very fortunate to have some very good entertainment, local entertainment, as well as in the area. And we've also been able to attract some international type groups that I had some chance to meet some promoters that still do a lot of old school music for in the 70s and 80s and 90s, and there's some of the old performers that are still performing but still have a lot of music that today's artists remake a lot of.
Yeah.
So this our keynote group this year would be Lakeside. They've got a lot of hits that some of our people in our generation still remember, like the Fantastic Boys and different things of that nature. So it'll be a good. They're a good show band, and
it's going to be a good time all the way through. No question about that.
But I always like to take an opportunity, anytime I get a chance to speak about the Buttermilk Days Festival, to thank all the people that have supported us over the years. We could have never done it and continued it the way we have, and to the magnitude that it's gotten, if we hadn't had all the local sponsors that have been with us from day one. Of course, I don't want to get to start naming all the people, but because I'll forget some people. But a lot of the people have stepped up and made generous donations to our group, like the Kentucky Standard and PLG, your competitors there.
We all get along quite well.
Town and Country Bank, 3D Graphics, Toyota Bushco, Nelson County Tourism, City of Bardstown, all these people, as well as a lot of individual sponsors that not the big corporate sponsors that they have been, but so many people that give individual small donations that have been with us for forever and a day, and we just thank them all the time because we couldn't do it without them.
Right.
Joe Hills, they let us use all their their little equipment.
You got your ButtermilkDaysFestival.com, so you actually got a website where somebody can go to if they want to learn a little bit more about what's going on.
That's true. ButtermilkDaysFestival.com. You can go there. You can read about the buttermilk story, how it got started, and how we've continued to grow, and as well as all the sponsors are recognized there, and all the events and things that have come about because of that. A lot of photos on there that you may see yourself in there. So, but it's just a great fun weekend.
Hey, I've been there on wine tasting night. I don't want to see myself too often on there.
Well, you'll see a lot of people you do know. But we were even featured one time on one of the Food Networks a couple of years ago with the Baker Brothers.
There's some great food. August 25th through 27th. It's always the fourth weekend of
August?
Always
the fourth weekend in August. You got to remember the fourth weekends, because sometimes there's 5 weekends in August and people get confused. But it's always the fourth weekend in August.
Fourth weekend in August, the Buttermilk Days Festival down there. Well, St. Monica's Church, I think that's for anybody that doesn't know, it's on South 3rd Street in Bardstown. Like I said, 4 blocks south of the Center Square Courthouse for anybody that's new to the area. As I told somebody the other day about part of Archtown, and I said I was out on Maple Hill, and they didn't know what I was talking about. So just don't always take for granted everybody knows where we are.
That's true. That's true. You know, but
So if you happen to be coming in from Lebanon or Springfield, you know, you want to come down to the center square and go down South 3rd Street about 4 blocks, and I guarantee you won't miss it.
oh yeah,
It's there.
yeah, well, it's a great venue, and we welcome everybody. Everyone's welcome. It's a great, friendly atmosphere. We have vendors that line the whole street there. That we've sold out of booth spaces this year. It's just a great. It's going to be great. The weather. I saw the long range forecast. The weather's going to be about 85 and low humidity, and it's going to be a beautiful, sunshiny weekend. So.
Well, if your backyard barbecue ever goes viral, you got Bill Shekels to blame for it, because he's blazing the trail for what backyard barbecues can become if enough people catch on to it. So,
well, it's been a good thing for 22 years. It's been a good ride.
all right. Well, Buttermilk Days Festival again, August the 25th, Thursday night through the 27th. In downtown Bardstown, again, 4 blocks south of Bardstown, South 3rd Street, down across from St. Monica's Church. You'll be able to, if you go down that way, you're going to find it, because the streets are going to be covered with people, and there's all kinds of activities going on. So we hope you come on down and join us at the Buttermilk Days Festival. It's 22nd time. Anytime you have anything going on in 22 years, you must be doing something right.
Well, we like to think so, and we look forward to seeing everyone there.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Bill, appreciate you stopping in here and letting us know about it. We hope y'all can come out and see us. We'd like to see you there. So we'll take a break and more Channel 6 TV right after this. We'll be right back.